Hello everyone, let me just find the video real quick. Hasn't rocked up yet. Hopefully it's not having the same connections it did on Saturday, because Saturday was a little bit hard to get our streaming to Facebook. Because we stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Get this one right. Look at that. And nearly done. Come on. Hasn't rocked up yet. Okay, there we go. And we are live and working. Okay, so hello everyone. So this is what we did last week. While we wait for a few more of you to rock up, we're just gonna quickly wax our last journal page from last week. And like you know, this process, we just try and remember to do it every week, so then our pages don't stick together. It's best done after a week of drying with the paint. So these classes are perfectly spaced out for us to do our waxing. Oh, hello Dee and Heather. So we're just going to come in. Once again, heat the base of our candle. Ooh. Very cold evening to you all. Oh, hello Pam. Oh, it's not too cold here. Not even in the jumper yet, although our house is trapping in heat a little bit more now, so which is nice. Oh, and hello Tash. Right, so just a heads up, if your Facebook is playing up tonight or when you are watching it, we do have this over on my YouTube channel, or if your YouTube is playing up, it is in the Scrapper Fantasies co-family on Facebook. So I do know that some people's devices prefer different streaming softwares. Oh, look, some of the glitter rubbed off. Could have done with another week, but you know what? It is what it is. And now it's not going to stick together at all, which is nice. So this here was last week's page, and as you can see, we're going for the tag-like theme. So yep. So we're onto this page. It is our second last page for the art for this journal. So look at that. Oh, hello Cheryl and Gucci. So tonight's products we are using, well, the ones that we created just for you guys today to use in this class, which are available like separately, is we have the stencil of the day, which is well, it's called Naomi-Jon Grunge, so it's just like a second grunge street like type poster one, but it's more like world mappy, I guess you could call it. I felt like I was missing this from my, I don't want to call it a collection because then it sounds like a hobby or like something that's really like bad. It's not a collection, it's like, or a catalog, like missing from my collection, but my stencil bunch. That just, yeah, because like it looks kind of like a map, but at the same time isn't, so I can use it for multiple purposes then, and I can get like a nice ombre or a gradient blend on it. Oh yeah, see, a map type thing. Hello Raquel and Di. We are also using a half a sheet of the Poppies rice paper today. Our bronze, there we go, stars and heart stickers, star white linen, and a star stamp. I don't know if you saw this, but this week's mixed media class is all about stars. Well, kind of. That's the main thing we were going for, was stars. So yeah, we also have that one there, so it's got 3 stars on it. This mixed media bundle has a little bit more in it because I want to do something a little bit more heavy We've done really light for the last couple of weeks, and I know that's the theme of this particular segment of our art journal, of our big rainbow art journal. But I do think that we could do more of like a wreathy type thing if we had just a little bit more collage material, and that's what we've got this week. So that's really nice, and we're going to stick to it. So we're just going to come in and we're going to stick down our tags first, so then we remember to do it, because some weeks we forget. And we do a few steps beforehand, and then we do that. I think we did it 2 weeks in a row, and yes, I am just going around to steal some of my mom's tape, because I've lost my tape. Right, here we go. So, because we've got some of the thicker stuff, we're going to rip it in half, because we do want to eventually get these tags off. We don't want to leave them there for the rest of their lives. We are using the... I think I answer this question pretty much every week, but, like, it's an interesting art journal. So, this is the red section I got to put in, but we're using the Art by Marlene Rainbow art journal. So it comes with 5 books in it. So it comes with a red and orange, a yellow, a green, and a blue. The good thing is that you can take them out, you can create them, and then you can put them back in. Like, for example, let me just... I think this was... Yeah, this is the halfway point in this art journal. Yeah, so we put them back in. So as you can see, like that, and it comes with a belly band, which is really nice. That's also rainbow. Kind of matches the front of our shop display, which I hear that we got 3rd in the local competition for the Pride display. So that's pretty fun. I think that's a pretty good effort, considering that Amelia and I had to redo the chalk, I think, twice. And we got chalk all over our clothes. And it was hot. It was hot by the end of it, wasn't it? It started off rather cool, and then all of a sudden the concrete got really hot. So it was not the best plan, but it worked. So we're just going to come in. I'm going to stick this one down. I hope that answers your question, Rosie, about the art journal. I chose it because it had lots of pages in it, and I kind of get sick of having to buy an art journal every 3 months. This one here has lasted us since January, which is quite nice. I know, it's so good. Thank you. We will have to go and show Mum. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun to make. I started... The streamers took me from 6:20 a.m. until 8:30 to 8:40ish. Took a while to do the streamers. Won't lie to that one. Right, so we've got all of our different things. So what we're going to come and do is we're going to stick our rice paper down first with gel medium, and we're going to do it in like strippy type block things. And then we're going to come in and do all of our different layers. Thank you all. Yeah, the art journal is absolutely amazing. I do suggest this rainbow art journal a lot. Some of the art journals I do use, there was one back in 2020 that had denim in it. And by the end of it, I really struggled to paint on denim. Oh, you'll have to go and show Mum, but I hate to tell you this, you've already got enough Barbie. I would like it, but I don't need any more Barbie in my room either. Right, so what we're just coming and doing is we're just going to wet this kind of on the plank lines, but not exactly, just underneath them or over them. And that's just to get us a bit more of an organic look. And we are going to come... There we go. Because we want these to overlap just a little bit. Actually, you know what might be cool? Let's change this up a bit. Yeah, it's got Barbie in it, just a heads up. She came and showed me, and she's like, you would love it.
Yeah. Who gave her a catalogue?
The post office ladies.
No, it's a big W one.
Where did you get it from, then?
Grandparents, probably.
Great. Amelia loves catalogues. Oh, hello, Debbie. Right, so we're just coming in and we're putting all that on there. No, a bit wet, but that's okay. That's what happens when you wet it a bit too much. It peels before you want it, but that's okay. And then we're just coming in. Oh, you can't really see that bit. Sorry. You can't see my bright yellow pants though sometimes. Oh well. My fashion sense is somewhat unique. So then we're going to put that one there. I really don't know how this is going to go. Normally we go crossways, but we're going to go up and down. This could either look really good or really nasty. The reason why I don't normally do up and down is because it looks quite short and not like broad and well brought together and orchestrated nicely. It looks kind of rushed, but we'll see. It should look nice, hopefully. We've got lots of layers coming in this one, so it's all good. There we go. So now we just need to stick this down. And then we'll get on to the next step-a-rooney. So let me just open up my gel medium, which is going to require scissors because I have not cleaned it yet. I know. I should have. I think about it every time I try opening my bottle of gel medium. And the reason why it does this is because the glue gets stuck on the rim. There we go. So yeah, it gets stuck in this bit. And yep, as you can see, like, look at that. Completely full of glue on the rim there. So got to go in and try and peel it off, but it does not seem to want to work. So we'll have to come in later with a bread and butter knife, which is always fun. Right. Best case scenarios is just to clean it while you do it. Trying to remember to do it. Saves you a lot of hassle in the end. But anyway, so we're just going to come in with a little bit on our finger. Tip a fair job, because we're going to start off the bigger piece over this side here first, and then move over to the more, I guess, complicated could be the word you could use. There's a lot more of the other side. It's thicker in rice paper. So we're just coming in and rubbing down our first layer, then placing that in. I am placing it underneath our tag, and that is so then it gives us a little bit of difference for upcutting layers. And yep, just make sure it's fully stuck on. Sometimes if the rice paper doesn't fully stick down and you've got lots of air bubbles, you've got to try and lift it up and then put more underneath. The other option is that you can put gel medium on the back of your rice paper. However, it shouldn't really be necessary because a gel medium has, but medium means that it's a gel, like it's thick, whereas if it's a liquid matte medium, you will need to put it on the back because it doesn't have enough body for it. But same with gesso. However, because it's more of a I don't know what else to call it, a medium gel. It's a thicker consistency than the liquid format. It's got more absorbency, which means that you don't actually have to do that part of the sandwich trick, which is quite nice because of the thickness of the medium. The rice paper tends to just break really easily, as you can see there, and you've just got to try and get it down while feathering it, so then it just gets into the gluing. You don't have any air bubbles, and feathering just means like dabbing your finger really fast to try and make sure that all the layers are like the glue is in the rice paper. so then the next bit we've got is this one here. Now we're putting this one here down first, so then we get a little bit more of a like some backing, like a starting point with our page today, rather than doing our paint layers first. So we're just coming in. It's giving us some starting colours. We are going to be using pink and blue today. I have decided that. Just a heads up, I know that the wood does not have pink or blue on it, but I want to show you that you don't have to use the colours of your collage for your page to look nice, or for your piece of art to look put together. Oh, hello, Karen. Oh, while I don't forget, the October retreat is also live, as well as the new products that we made today for this class. It is Magical Memories, or Reminisce. I can't remember what we decided on the name for it. It's going to be a fun one. We did a bit of a mood board for it this afternoon. It definitely ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of you customers, and what we've been receiving in feedback of what type of range you guys would like to see. And I think we're really hitting that also with the Pets Retreat, with the Snow Princess Retreat coming in July, obviously. The Pets Retreat in September, and then the Hybrid in October, which is the Memories one. Which it's going to be so much fun. Right. I'm just excited because it's like the first non-boy range that's going to be in my birthday month since like the dawn of time. Well, that's what it feels like. October often ends up with like really, don't get me wrong, really cool grungy type things, but nothing that ever has pink in it. And I'm like, I just want some pink in my birthday month. I'm in spring. And by the time you get to October, you're all over spring. It's annoying. Okay, so I just hit that really quickly because unfortunately we have reached the time where it's cold and we have to do that. Most times we use it now, use thick gel medium, or else, you know, we're going to be left with some stuff. Our stencil stuff is going to get stuck to it and all the rest of it. Okay, so the colors we want are blue and pink. I did decide this today in the car. So I was like, you know what color I haven't used lately? Pink. You know what color I really want to always use? Pink. So I've got several different types of pink. We're going to use them all. We're not using yellow because we've used yellow a lot lately. And I mean a lot. Oh, that wine. It's not really a pink. I have another pink in here somewhere. I will find it eventually. Maybe not. Alright, where's the blue? What is this? No, that's Serene. I don't like using that blue. It's a bit dangerous. The October retreat has a frog in it. I know, yeah. Yeah, I texted Karen a little sneak peek of it because she's been requesting frogs forever. And we hadn't been able to find a really nice frog until literally this afternoon. Oh, I swear I have another pink somewhere. I just don't know where. I will have to find it later. I thought it was in my paint tub. It was not. I've hidden it somewhere safe, like usual. Bit of a problem. Safe means lost, in other words. So, yes, but if you call tomorrow, Karen, we'll be able to book you in, because in the next week we are still taking phone calls for the Swan Princess retreat. As it is the cutoff week for it. So we've taken it offline, but if you still want to be a part of it and you don't think you've booked in, just give us a phone call and yeah, we'll double check for you and all the rest of it and organize it. Right, I do like that pink glitter. Now, blue. There's barely any in that magnesium. And then... there we go. So we've got our Smurf and Sky, which... two different blues. So our Smurf's darker and our Sky's lighter. And then we've got our Magenta and Kissy, where our Magenta's darker and our Kissy's lighter. So we've got two different ones and we've got a pink glitter out. We're going to use our blending brush with our new Mappy stencil. I kind of want to get a full coverage type thing. So I'm going to try and avoid the edges, well, this corner in particular. And then, yeah, where it has the straight lines on it. Start with pink and work our way down. Oh, hello, Deborah. And what we're going to come and do is we're going to add pink in first, and then we're going to come back and do the blue bits. You'll see what our light pink is for soon. But look how cool that is. Oh! Mom, the stencil works! Sorry, we didn't know if it was going to work. It's always a bit worrying. Sometimes. Especially when you've designed it. Like you've spent an hour on it and you're like, oh, I don't actually know if it's going to work now. Let's test it on a live. There we go. And as you can see, this pink didn't match the red at all that was on the rice paper, but that's okay. It's causing no hiccups. Oh dear, we've made a line. Just come in and fix that by sticking our stencil over top of it. And ta-da! Oh, hello, Leanne. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far without the blue. Now what we're going to come and do is we're going to grab our different blending brush. Make sure there's no hard bits in it. Grab our light blue. So we used our dark pink, but we're going to use our light blue for this. I feel like this blending brush has been used with a little bit of glue, so it is a little bit harder to blend with, but that is okay. And we did just left some rice paper up then. Yeah, this blending brush has been used with a little bit of glue. So blending is a bit more difficult than what you'd expect, but that's okay. This is just for a bit more of a detail. Yeah, something a bit different. I will admit there's a few spiky points on it that you just got to be a little bit more fragile with, but definitely worth it for the results. And look how cool that is. Right, so we're just going to stick that one and that one both in there so then they can soak. Let's stick that one to one side. As you can see, our stencil has been fully used and needs a clean. Right, so then we're just going to come in now with our next step, which is either going to be, I think it will be our stamp, which we're going to use our navy for. And the reason for us using our navy is because we just need a little bit more of a dark point on there before we come in with our light pink. So we're just going to grab it. Thank you guys. And we're just lightly rubbing our stencil. As you can see, we've got our stamp, we've got full coverage. Make sure we grab off the excess because these stamps don't absorb anything, so it is more likely to do a bit of a slippery slop the first time you stamp it. Look at that. It looks so good. I'll hold it up a bit more once we do this next step. Okay. Now I'm kind of just aiming all over the place.
There's no what?
Up in his room, Bobbin. No. Don't walk any slower. You might fall. She's trying to prolong her bedtime again. Every night. Same tricks. So as you can see, we've got a few stars everywhere. And they just really nicely sink into the background because of our colour palette, which I think is quite beautiful. I'm just going to have a quick drink of water. Alright, then let's stick down some of these stars. Now, because our mediums are still wet, they are going to act as a glue, so we don't have to put it down. But if you do walk away from this and come back to your painting and do the sticker collage bits, just a heads up, you will need to use glue, extra glue to stick them down with, because the sticky is not going to last a lifetime. If it was, we would never be able to get it off the sheet that they come on. and our team, and like I would not be able to manufacture them on the cameos. So yeah, I'm just trying to make 2 main clusters of stars that come out. So one over here and one a bit lower, and then I'm thinking I might do 1 or 2 up here as well. So you can see that's them. There. It's kind of like just a bit of mates for the navy stars, and just to highlight where some of them are, because where the bronze is, you'll see that the navy stars stand out just a little bit more. I'll lift it up to show you again, so you can see that. So as you can see with the navy star, where the bronze stars are, the navy ones just pop out just a little bit more. Like we were losing them in this area a little bit, but I think we're able to see them a lot better now because of the bronze stars. So it just gives us a little bit more oomph to them, which is what we need. We also need some gesso out, some of our white paint. Do we have white paint in the tube? Let's use some gesso. You can use white paint or gesso for this next bit. We're just going to make our pink here a bit lighter. It is already lighter than the other pink we used. We just want it to be a little bit lighter. And we're also going to need some white paint out for one of our next steps. So by putting it out there, saving ourselves just a little bit of time and energy. Right. Now what we're going to come and do is with a flat end paintbrush, if I can find one, or no, this one here should do. We just want like a flat paintbrush. We don't want a round paintbrush. See that? Round paintbrush. We want a flat paintbrush. It can be round tipped or straight tipped. Doesn't matter. Round tipped is easier to blend with. So if you are going to try and blend out some of the color that you put on, maybe go for a round tip. I don't know if I'm going to try and blend something out, but I am using a round tip. So, let's see. Oh, hello, Diane Brown. Oh, thank you, Raquel. So yeah, we're just coming in and adding a bit more white because we want this to be a bit lighter. Go. And because we've just mixed it, we've got a fair amount on our paintbrush already, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to come in, and you don't start on the outside, you actually start in the middle bit and you work your way out. This way then you can decide naturally where your paintbrush is going to end. It's marked by flicking in the same direction as your wood paneling, as your wood grain, and this just gives it a bit more oomph. And there's your start, and then we're going to come and do one down here. So some of these will be very visible, some will not. That's okay. They're a little bit deformed, but nothing's perfect. And I know I'm covering up a fair amount with this lightness, but don't worry. I'll come in and redo some of it. It's just all about getting little bits and pieces of it to work together. Right, now what we're going to come and do, yeah, we're going to stamp a few more of our navy stars back on and then lift our tags up. Well, stick on, stamp on. Wrong words there, let's change. Right, and then we're just going to there we go. Just going to lift that one up. As you can see, that's what we've got so far. Just lift up. Oh, we don't have a clear. Marking for that end started. There we go. We're going to come back in with some glue on that one. There's that one off. So that's what we got so far. Pretty alright, I reckon. We've just got these bits here, which are currently got, as you can see, they've been lifted up by us moving the tags off and the rice paper not being fully dry yet. And that's to be expected. So we're just coming in and we're doing our little trick in there. To get some paint on that, but bound to happen. I've got wet paint everywhere. Oops, sorry, I forgot to turn my ringer on. So that's what we got so far. And then what we're going to come and do is we're just going to come and create a little bit of calmness in all the layers, I think. And how I'm going to do that is with a scraper. So my scraper is an old My Coles card that no longer works because I replaced it for some reason. My dad. I was using a gift card, but I have no idea where it went. So this is it. And I'm standing on something again. God. The cats have been in my eye area. Okay, and we're going to start in the middle of this tag and scrape outwards. The point of that is that so then kind of flows just a little bit. As you can see, and then what we're going to come and do next so now we need some lightness and a lot of it. So we're going to grab our gesso. Oh no, we've got a bit there actually, don't worry. I'm going to grab a sponge That sponge is dead. Do I have any decent sponges? 1 minute. While I find a sponge. This might be really bad, but it's minimal. And it's a sponge. Right. And then we're just going to come in just below where we scraped. And sponge on our stencil with the white. This might take a few layers, especially considering that we have the tiniest sponge in the world. Prior planning prevents poor performance, as they say. Obviously, I did not do enough prior planning, or else I would have known that I didn't have a sponge. Well, lessons you learn. I've been teaching for nearly 3 years now online, and still, yep, struggle with planning. Here we go. Just need a bit more. Like I said, we're going to do a couple of layers because we want it to be fairly white. Don't really want it to be translucent. We want it to be white. There we go, see? So it just adds to where we had that bit of scraping, and then we're going to come up and do it also over here. It's just one of my hairs. Just blending that bit of white out with my finger that went over the blue a little bit there. Sorry. Okay. And then we just need a little bit of that white coming through up here as well. And then we need some of more of the gesso for the other page. So what we could do is, instead of sponging it, you could just stencil it on, and I'll show you how that looks. The tricky thing is, though, when you stencil it on, it is quite thick, and you're more likely to smudge it when it's drying and you're still working on the page. So just give me a minute. I'll show you what I mean. Like, it is a cool effect. Just more likely to smush it up. So I'm just doing this effect with this palette knife. And like you get more contrast quickly, and you don't have to do as many layers. But the problem is that that's not going to be dry now for probably 2 days in this weather. So you've got to have a bit of patience with drying, which I don't. Oh, damn, I've already stuck my finger in the other one. Right. Go. Yeah, and you're also more likely to get underneath the stencil. Winter time's probably not the best time for palette knifing. I'm just going to do some of that technique over here though, so then it matches the other side, and I'm just going to do a bit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to first grab our pink, come in and paint the lips. Then come in with our pink glitter paint. So we will add some more blue in a minute. We're just on our pink first. And I'll lift it up to show you what it looks like now, because you guys can barely see that glitter, but it does add a nice effect to the page. Oh, that was just me rubbing off the extra glitter over my finger on the corner there. And then what we might come and do next is... Oh, it's okay, Cheryl. See you later. See you during the week. Okay, so we need something else. Definitely need some more stars. I also need... Just trying to think. I'm thinking if I add alcohol ink and stamp, or probably not actually, although maybe instead if I, oh okay, that might be a good idea. Where is my alcohol inks? I've got some somewhere in my pile. Do I have any more of my fluoro pink left? I might just have a little bit more of my fluoro pink. Let's hope so. If not, then that's purple. we'll go with that one. If I'm fluoro pink. Is that, let's see if we've got enough. Is that gonna work? Oh well. All else fails. Use it as a stamp. Put extra on. Dip star in. Step it down. Oh, that looks okay. Kind of cool. Nope. It's probably best if I actually use the star stamp for this bit. God. Let's a bit more in there. Remembering when you use alcohol inks to have a well ventilated area. Fan on, windows open, doors, if you've got screens on them, open. All of that jazz. Because they do have fumes with them. Okay. I do think we just need to come in. A little bit of it dripping. Okay. By adding that dripping effect, we've got the balance between the two really nice. Aha, that's what it needed. See, just needed some extra oomph in it. And then, where is our dark blue pen? Dark blue paint pen. I literally just chucked it in my bucket thinking we needed it. To full class. Nope. Now I won't be able to find it. Guaranteed. I will need it. Okay. It definitely needs a blue. Do you reckon dark or bright blue? Just give me a minute, people. Well, door's not quite open enough. Just creating some ventilation. Okay. Wasn't able to find a blue pen. We'll fully commit to that one. However, was able to find 2 blue substitutes for my blue pen. I just think we need some different blues on there. Like the blues we've got on there already look really nice. And then, so I think we just need a different blue, but which one? This one is already very close, which is why I was thinking maybe the peacock. But even then, what if I just want to see what colour it is when water is added to it. Okay, so that's the color of it when water's added. Don't think it's going to match. Let's save ourselves the paint of that one. I know this one here is definitely going to match. Just don't know if it's going to be quite... Okay, right. Let me put that there. What I'm going to come do is this with this very small paintbrush. While it's still wet, we're going to come in and do some... Don't know if you can see that, so I'm just going to lift it up and show you. Once again, creating direction towards the middle of the page. And then there you go. And now it's just the small details that make all the difference in the step. So we're just going to come in with some white. We're just going to come and add a little bit more in here. Make these bits a bit darker. A little bit more up here. And like blend it out, so that this means doing like an S, a zigzag type movement with your brush full face down on the page, not just the tip. Blending it out as we go. And then let's grab our black pen. Where's our star? Make sure our black pen has ink in it. Okay. Problem trying to draw above one's placemat. 1 minute. I've got to do this with it on the tape. I'm sorry. I've got limited coordination. Just make sure if you are going over wet paint that you remove it from the tip immediately after, so then it does not damage your pen. Right. I think we need one more now over here, maybe. And then just with our pink pen now, this kind of matches a fluoro alcohol ink. Just going to come and do some stitching around where our tags were. Oh, this does not seem like an important step. And then just a few swiggles because, you know, can't help myself. Thought, why not? Okay. I think we're nearly there. I know. It's taking a lot this page, but we're just going in and we're doing a little bit of work here and there on the lights and darks to try and get like the most amount of contrast we can. So just some dots with that navy police blue that we used for the, I guess you could call it more of a navy grey that we used for the start stamp originally in the first few layers. Okay, and then what we need just a few stars. And I think that's us. So that is our page tonight using our mixed media bundle, which had a few more things in it, so we could get some more collage layers in there and get a bit more tracing and a few more layers, because sometimes our pages do end up a bit bland when we only use 3 items in our mixed media bundles, but with a bit more, we can do a little bit more with it. So thank you all for coming. We will be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. in the June subscription classroom. Please be aware that if you aren't in it, you've most likely been invited. If not, please text us, message us, all that jazz, because there are a few of you still missing from that group. As a friendly reminder, all these products are now live, obviously. And the October retreat is also live for purchase. So I suggest you go and have a look at that. And what else? I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting. I always forget something. Truly sorry about that. But yes, so thank you all for coming, and we shall see you all throughout the week on our socials and in our classes. So have a great week and see yous all later. Bye.